Let's just take a little buzz past the Drudge Report here real quick because it's going to lead into my next story. These are the headlines above the main headline. And we may get to one or two of these stories. Ladies and gentlemen, the border is on fire. It's literally on fire. Here are just the headlines above the main headline on the Drudge Report. Border breakdown. Third group of illegals dropped in California. Mayor never contacted about dumping. Feds to bring in riot squad. Showdown might get ugly. They're going to bring in riot squads, not against illegal immigrants, but against American citizens who are trying to block the dumping. The federal government dumping thousands of illegals in their communities. So, feds are going to bring in riot squads against the Americans. Not the illegal Mexicans, crossing the border illegally. Hondurans, Mexicans, El Salvadorans, or wherever they're coming from. Central America. I don't care. La Raza militants arrive. LAPD will no longer comply with ICE hold requests. Militia groups organize. Operation Secure Our Border. Agent contracts scabies. 40 infected immigrants transported to California. Released into population. Tuberculosis spreading at camps. Government buses await new arrivals. 500 released every day. More illegals from China crossing. Oh, that's cool. Email shows feds struggling to find housing. Border Patrol officials under gag order by the Gestapo, I'm guessing. Those are the brown shirts of the Obama administration. Just saying. HHS 7 rules for reporters. Now the reporters are being given rules on what they can and can't do by the Gestapo, by the Obama brown shirts. Wire. Obama backs off plans for faster deportations. Well, of course he does. He never had any plans for faster deportations. What are you talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's time for California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. It's time to defend your own borders. To hell with the federal government. Barack Obama can pick and choose what laws he enforces, what laws he doesn't enforce. Big deal. So what? Let him sue you. The border states must defend their borders now. To hell with Barack Obama and the federal government. This is out of control. The Constitution is not a suicide pact. Obeying the federal government is not a suicide pact. I'd get on the phone and tell Barack Obama, go to hell. Every one of those governors should deploy. Okay, I'm getting a little wound up. Every one of those governors should deploy the National Guard and secure your border. And tell Barack Obama to go to hell. That's what I'd do if I was a governor. In particular, I would do that if I was the governor of Texas. Texas has more sovereignty than the rest of the states. They wrote it into their agreement before they would sign the Constitution. Texas can legally secede from the Union anytime they want. That's how they wrote it in. to their state constitution, and that's how the agreement they made before they would sign our Constitution of the United States government. Texas can defend their borders. I saw Rick Perry on TV talking about Obama. Hey, Rick, here's an idea. Why don't you quit talking and start doing? And defend your damn border. I'm telling you, if I was one of these governors, I'd tell Barack Obama to go to hell. I'd call up the National Guard. I'd start building my own fence. And when the federal government says sues or does whatever, hey, I'm not securing the United States border. I'm securing the Texas border. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not securing the United States border. I'm securing the Arizona border. I'm not securing the United States border. I'm securing the New Mexico border. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, if you don't, your states are gone. You're not going to have a state to be governor of for long. Unless you campaign in Mexico. I'm just saying. Or Honduras or El Salvador or wherever they're coming from. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what I talked about in the monologue. Up is down, left is right, right is wrong, wrong is right. This is insanity. Excuse me. Dang it. Excuse me again. This is the exact same insanity that precedes every great evil that's ever occupied the planet. And I'm no great historian. I'm no great intellectual. I've just studied a little history. I watch a History Channel. That's all. Every great evil that's ever walked the face of the earth was preceded by this type of anarchy. It's like the evil uses, let me describe it this way. The old navies, the old Navy battles on the sea, or even on land where they use smoke screens to camouflage their movements. So tank commanders can't, if you can't see them, you can't aim your tank. You can't aim your gun. It's not unlike that, only on a much grander scale, It's how evil works. Confusion. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's somewhere in the Bible. What was it, the Tower of Babylon? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I can't prepare a show because I never know what I'm going to say. And if I never know what I'm going to say, then I can't do research on it. I think it was the Tower of Babylon when they tried to build a tower to heaven. Something. I can't remember. There's no Bible story about it. Maybe that was God who confused them and made them talk all different languages so they couldn't communicate. I can't remember. But you get my point. This is insanity. I don't know why these governors aren't calling up their National Guard and putting them on the border. They're not going to have a state left if this continues for long. I just don't get it. Here's I've had it queued up for a while, so I may have to reboot it. But here's a clip from Joshingly Earnestly, aka the oxymoron a.k.a. the spokes idiot for Barack Obama. Here's a clip from him being questioned about Barack Obama. You know, it's been in the news. Barack Obama's going to Texas to do a couple of fundraisers for the Democrat Party, but, you know, this great humanitarian crisis on our border, nah, he's too busy for that. No, he's not going there. He's going to Texas to fundraise. Joshingly, earnestly, cut 2, go. See if this takes off. Doesn't look like it's gonna. I'm about to refresh it. The White House, at the daily briefing on Monday, a reporter confronted joshingly earnest asked him, well, are you worried about the optics of this thing? I mean, you know, president's going to Texas to do 2 fundraisers. You guys have said there's a humanitarian crisis on our border. And the president's not even going to bother to go down to the border. He's going there to fundraise. And, of course, the spokes idiot, you know, he does what spokes idiots do. He psychobabble nonsense. Talks him around circles for a couple of minutes. And, you know, I hope that this guy would be a little better than Jay the Carney or Gibbs, but turned out, you know, he's no better. You just can't camouflage stupid, that's all. You can pick all the spokes idiots you want, you know. It's pretty hard to sugarcoat disaster.
Following up on what you just said, you say there's an urgent humanitarian situation. Are you not at all concerned about the optics? The president can fly to Texas to raise political money, but he can't go see this urgent humanitarian situation?
We're not worried about those optics, George, and that's simply because the president is very aware of the situation that exists on the southwest border.
We're not.
Senior administration officials from the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Secretary of HHS, CBP.
We're not worried about those optics because the president is fully aware of what's going on. What he didn't say is, no, we're not worried about the optics. The president knows what's going on there. He's caused it. That's his deal. What do you mean worried about the optics? The president's not going to... No, we're not worried because the president's fully aware of what's going on the southern border. He started it. What are you talking about? It's been 2 years since he ordered, you know, people to quit being deported, ordered people to quit being arrested. Took away Border Patrol agents' guns. You know, we've been working on this for a long time. This isn't... Do you think, ladies and gentlemen, that all of a sudden, thousands upon thousands upon, you know, more than the normal thousands of people who come from Mexico, now they're coming from 4 or 5 countries south of Mexico. Now they're coming all the way up from Central America, crossing some of the most dangerous terrain and the most dangerous territory on the planet. You know, drug cartels. Do you think this is just a coincidence? This just happened out of the blue? Everybody in Central America said, I was going to go to work today, but instead I think I'll hop on a train for America. This was planned. It's been planned.